All right, we are live. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our morning note. This is G.A.R Capital's YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining in. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. You join me every single morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. During market days, we talk about the market, get you prepped to trade and invest for the day. We go over the news, we go over analysis, we answer your questions, get you everything prepped. Basically, your morning coffee, your morning note, both important. Make sure to like and subscribe every single video we have. Make sure to turn notifications so you don't miss a video. We really do appreciate it. Goal is to get to 4,000 subscribers. We're right around 3,500. So like, share, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell the postman, tell everybody to subscribe to our channel so we could do another live trading session. The last one we did was a very successful one, 4 for 4 in trades, and we'd love to do it again. Answer your questions as always. Keep it locked here, G.A.R Capital, the YouTube channel. Thanks so much for supporting. Really do appreciate it. And of course, we're on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter at G.A.R Capital. All right, let's go ahead and talk about this market, shall we? All right, so non-farm payroll did beat. We did expect that. We talked about this, I think Friday on to this week. We said that the market would be bullish on the way to July 4th weekend. It just tends to be that way, statistically speaking. And so far, it looks like it's gone through that. So again, we've stayed bullish and we've been saying it. Now, are we at all-time highs yet? No. But again, still pushing here. Dow is up 465 points over 26,000 on the future side. Nasdaq pushing up 100 points, 10,377. E-mini futures 3146. There's a huge crucial level coming. I'll talk about that in a second. Up 1.39%. Russell 2000 index up 2%, 1454. That means IWM is up. VIX is down 6.5% at 2676. Below 30 was a big level to me, especially a bullish level for the stock market. Crude oil is up 1.23% above the 40 handle. So again, if you are an Exxon Mobil shareholder or a Chevron shareholder like we are, you're a happy person. You want crude to keep going up. Bitcoin futures down slightly, up at 9,300. Uh, Again, 9,000 is that support. 10,000 is your next breakout level. Let's see if we can get there. I don't expect that to happen anytime soon within the next week or two. Gold is down 0.65% at 1768 an ounce. We broke 1,800 an ounce, I believe, this week. A little bit of a fallback, but again, $30 off the highs. Silver futures down about 0.89% at $18 an ounce. 10-year yields. Let's take a look at that. Take a look at CNBC for the bond yields. Is there 10-year bond notes? We've talked about that in the podcast and why they're important. 0.712%, up 3 basis points. So again, when bond yields go up, that tends to show a bullish move in the stock market for equities. Equity risk goes up. People want to take risks, is what I mean. Dollar yen, for my Forex people, 107.66, up 20 pips. Usually when the stock market goes up, dollar yen does go up. Dollar index is down slightly, 97.07 on the index, 0.12%. And gasoline futures up about 1.86% at 1.23 a barrel. All right, let's go ahead and talk about this market. Okay, so non-farm payroll report. Let me go ahead and give you the details. A couple of stats here for you guys. This is a big one. S&P 500, the past 100 days has been best in almost 9 decades. I went ahead and posted that on the Twitter, so you can take a look at that. Great number. All right, June payroll report. Expectations was 3.05 million jobs added. Actual numbers for June, 4.8 million. Great. So that's pretty big. Unemployment rate is down to 11.1%. Not great, but again, we're better than the consensus of 12.4%. Let's see. Okay, so Tesla, big one. Everyone was talking about Tesla, so we want to go ahead and talk about it. Tesla is a stock that we've owned. That's a stock we've recommended in 2020 for the top 10 stocks of 2020. I explain it in the podcast and the video, so if you haven't checked it out, feel free to do so. And it's been an absolute home run. It's an absolute monster. So we own that stock, obviously. We recommended people to buy it. We are in our investment club. We bought the dip right around 937, I believe. We bought the dip. We just added one more. Again, we nibble. We don't want to go all in right away. Again, I don't want to say, hey, buy 30 shares of Tesla on our investment club and they can't afford it. I don't want them to do that. So we just added one more. and that's a quick 30% bounce in about a month. Right now it's at 12.22. Yesterday on Tesla, I saw it that there was a lot of volume, 45,000 volume of the 1,200 calls expiring today. So whoever bought those and was really ballsy, they're gonna make some money today. So congratulations to those Tesla call holders. So Tesla deliveries, 90,650 against 83,000 expected. Uh, Production was down 20% quarter over quarter. Tesla Q2 S and X deliveries 10,600. That's why Tesla bounced up. But even Elon Musk was sending a congratulatory email to his employees. So that's where you have Tesla rising. So you're probably saying to yourself, when is the next opportunity to buy on Tesla? Well, there is a slight gap on the hourly where we had that gap up here. So you could probably take a look at that around 1140. I would say 1100 to be another level to buy. But again, guys, Tesla will give you an opportunity to buy again. Trust me, it's not going to stay parabolic and go straight up. You're going to get some dips here and there. You're going to get some headlines. So around 1100, I would say to pull a trigger and add to your position if you haven't had one already. That's just my mentality. But here, you're not adding anything here on Tesla. I don't usually add stocks on uptick days. The only time I did really was yesterday. I actually bought some more Amazon, so I trimmed some value positions out of our stock portfolio to kind of push the risk, as we talked about yesterday, that again, we are bullish in the market. We're expecting another bull run in the market. So again, we're kind of rotating out of value. These are names that are more dividend based and put more into risk. Again, I'm only 34 years old. I don't have children or anything. So again, I can take this risk. I have some cash on hand. Finances are pretty good. No debt, all that stuff, good budget. So again, I can kind of move the risk tolerance over. So I sold some Colgate Palmolive, some Target, some Costco, some of those retailer names that again that pay a dividend, that are a little more defensive and pushed them more. I went ahead and bought some more Amazon yesterday and it seemed to be a good move because it soared. So again, I'm a long-term holder of Amazon anyway. So again, even if it went down, I would probably just bought more. So let's take a look at S&P and the levels we're going to look at. So E-mini futures, I'm going to go ahead and bring it up here, and then we're going to answer your questions. So E-mini futures here, the big level, the line in the sand, guys, is 3150, 3152, 3155. So you put 3150 to 3155. That is a big level. We've tested it almost 4 times now. So this will be the 5th time. We're getting to it. That needs to break. If we cannot break that, we are going to fall again and get back to kind of a cluster range, kind of a chop range of around 3,100 to around 3,172, which is your 200 day. So as long as we have to break that, if we break that, then we can go ahead and revisit those highs from about 2 weeks ago of 32.31 from the previous non-farm payroll report, I believe. So let's go ahead and take a look at a daily on E-mini futures, and you can see what I'm talking about. And you could see there that 32.35 level is that next resistance over. But that first hump is 31.52. That needs to break. If you do not break that, you better believe we'll get below 3,100, and that's where you want to buy some short-term puts. So again, don't buy them yet, but if we reject 31.52, I would definitely call for some puts for short term, just not today. Obviously, tomorrow the markets are closed, so no more morning note. You enjoy your July 4th holiday. But again, I want you to keep a look at those levels. Very crucial. Your support level on E-mini futures, which is S&P, is right around 2970. 3000 is a good level to have too, because as you know, the moving averages do move up as the stock price or the actual underlying asset moves up. So again, our 200-day moving average is 3019. Our 50-day moving average is right around 3000. So I have an alert at 2970. That'd be my buy zone to buy more shares or look at the stock market for some moves. Of course, I have my shopping list on my monitor to buy some more shares of which ones that I want. So I have that written down. All right, so with that being said, let's go ahead and answer some questions. Good morning, Raul Kane, top of the top. Good morning. BA, let's take a look at BA. BA was up pre-market. Let's go over the pre-market screener. These are the moves this morning. American Airlines up 4%. Tesla, we talked about, up 9%. Airlines, Norwegian, cruises, leisure up big time because this is all risk on with a good jobs number. Everyone's happy, everyone's confident for the future. So again, Carnival's up, Pfizer on the vaccine news that they're leading the way. Ford is up, Delta Airlines is up, Wells Fargo, the banks are up too. JP Morgan's up today about 2.8%. Even Apple's up, even though they're closing more stores. Micron is up, continuing that move to the upside from their earnings report. So let's take a look at Boeing together. Let's see this. So Boeing. We are shareholders. I did not sell my Boeing stake. It's tilling right at the 200-day moving average on the hourly. You don't do anything here on Boeing. The only way you could do something here is I would want to retake this high of around 294.58. If we do, then I would play the 205s, maybe the 210s. But until then, you're stuck in a chop zone range. The only way you would want to short it is if you get below maybe this level here of 170. But again, 160.27 is my buy zone for Boeing for more stock. Next one. Hi, Carlos. I can leave. Can I have your thoughts on WM? Please looking to invest long term and not trade it. Yep. So Waste Management, that's a great company. Again, this is a company that's going to be needed forever. So if you want to go ahead and get some stats on it, we can just go quick to Yahoo Finance, and I can just bring it up here. Let me go bring this up here. Yahoo Finance. I just click here and then I can get some stats. So this will be a quick one. First of all, without even looking at it, I know Waste Management is a buy. It's a great company. That's a company that you want to own long term. I just want to see what the dividend yield is. So the dividend yield is about 2%, pretty solid. Uh, PE ratio is 26, a little higher than current valuation of the S&P. So you're paying above market value on it. And again, guys, Waste Management is a company that's going to be around forever. Very defensive. So again, if you want to buy it, you have my blessing, of course. It's a little on the not overvalued, but a little on the pricier side. But again, looking at the chart on Waste Management, again, you're getting a nice little discount from 114. If you look at the daily, let's see how much we fell from 126. Yeah, we're still below the 200-day moving average. This would be a good time to buy. You're at 106 now. I'm okay with Waste Management. Let's see. G.A.R. Sorry, I'm gonna ruin that name. What should we expect after this crazy could be red next week? Again, the big thing I'm looking at is E-mini futures. Again, today, we need to break 31.52. If 31.52 does not break, then we're going to chop again and we're going to come back down. We saw this again with the last non-farm payroll report. So 31.52 is my next level. If we don't break that today, then I expect more of a choppiness, back and forth, kind of red, green days until we have earnings season, which is in about 2 weeks. Next good entry level for Tesla. I said that, Josh, is going to be around 1100. 1100. Let's take a look at Beyond. Beyond here, I have an alert on Beyond. I don't own this stock, and trading it is a little tough. Again, you get a lot of fake outs. Let's get that clearance above the 200-day of 149.71. So let's say 150, and then your break point to the downside would probably be around 142 for the gap down here to 138. So again, it's and then you have another gap here to fill at 132. So that could definitely happen. So 142 breaks, I probably play the 135s for a put. If 149 breaks, 149.71, 200-day, then you can start taking a look at the 155 level. Next entry for stocks on Facebook, Amazon, and Nvidia. Well, Amazon I added yesterday. So again, I think Amazon, any kind of pullback, any kind of red candle, you almost want to jump on. But if I had to add here on Amazon, it would probably be around 28.50. 28.50 would be the level. I added yesterday below that. Next, you said the next one was NVIDIA. I have not added on NVIDIA. I have an alert placed. I think I wrote it down on my screen here. NVIDIA, I put the alert at 325. So again, it's a little far off from where we are now, but again, that's where I have my line. And Facebook, I have an alert for 200, I believe. We did add, I think we added at 220 last week, and I'm glad we did, but my alert was at 200. So Facebook, very nice V-shaped recovery on that buy. Do you think it would be a good move to hold plays over to next week? Genius Gamer asks. I'm with it. Again, if you have the longer term expiry, there's a little trick that I've told our members is that, grab a stack of cash, even if it's ones, guys, not a big deal. Put it on your trading desk, and every time you think to yourself, should I take profit? Touch the money. Touch that money. It gives you that feeling, that sensation of profit in your mind. It helps me a lot. And sometimes I've closed a little too early, but again, I'd rather lock in the profit by holding the money. It just helps me psychologically. So that's one way to think of it. So again, it's really up to you and what your plans are, what your targets are, what your investment goals and trading plan is. But again, I'm all for taking profit, man. Holding for too long is adding more risk. Again, if you have one of those bangers, sure. But usually the case is that you want to have at least one great big trade a month, and the rest should be consistent. If you get that one big trade a month, 100%, 80% gainer, then you should be pretty happy. The rest should be pretty solid at 40%. And consistency is key, guys. Thoughts on NKLA? NKLA is like another Tesla. I'd rather just own Tesla if that's the case. I try to trade that thing. Look at this. It's been completely just standstill. So I'm not really doing anything on it. And Shill, I don't know what Shill is. Tortoise Acquisition Corp. I have no idea on that. So looking at the chart, it looks pretty choppy here. I mean, looks like it could retest that 100-day of 2371, but I really don't know much about it. What are your thoughts on NIO? NIO again, another one. When it comes to electric vehicles, guys, NIO I've played with and I've sold for profit, slight small position. I'd rather just stick with Tesla. To me, Tesla just seems the better name. I'd rather not mess with anyone else. And these are Chinese companies. And again, the only Chinese company that I trust or I know is Baba. That's the only one I want to own. Lunkin Coffee, we saw what happened, but NIO, I'm not touching. Thank you. Any thoughts on Wirecard? Oh God, listen. You jump in the dumpster, you're gonna get dirty. Stay away from Wirecard. They're bankrupt. Same thing with Hertz. Apparently, appreciate your thoughts. Hey, you're welcome, Rich. Any entry for Twitter on calls? Let's take a look at Twitter. Twitter here again, not a V-shaped recovery the way. Oh well, nice V-shaped recovery the way Facebook did. So you can see they kind of band together. Your level here that you want to break is maybe around 31.35, 31.60. That'd be nice. And then you could target 3250 for the calls, but that 200-day moving average is right there. That'd probably be the level I have. So you get that the pre-level before the fall. Nice little recovery here. Most uh, Twitter and Facebook recovered regarding those ad things. So 3159 will be an alert to place, and then you could target the 200-day moving average moving forward. And that seemed to be kind of that resistance the last couple of days. So you could see let's see. Morning, Carlos. If Biden wins the election, do you think S&P will retest 2750? No, I don't. I don't think it'll retest 2750. It doesn't matter. I mean, we've heard this song and dance before in 2016 that if Trump wins, will the market crash? Futures fell the same night and the next day, but that was it. And we bounced and we soared. Historically speaking, again, this is just historic speaking. This is not a political fact. It's just historically speaking. The stock market has done better with a Democratic president. Now, who's in Congress makes a difference. That's what you guys need to see. When you have a when you have a Republican Senate and a Republican House, because the Republicans control the money in the House, if Republicans control the House and you have a Democratic president, that's actually the best return on the S&P. So again, you want to kind of have that balance. It really doesn't matter who's president, guys. I mean, the stock market is going to go up again. If you're an investor, you're looking long term, anyways. I mean, name what you want to name any person who's been there. The largest recovery in the stock market was through a Democratic president, which was Barack Obama. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Next one is Gap SPR. Appreciate your thoughts. Let's see. Gap, again, do the Yeezy thing. I don't own it. I kind of want to stay away from retail. Only retail name I want to own is Amazon. Let's see. Oh, you're talking about Gap, is Great Atlantic Pacific Tea Company. I can't even bring them up. And SPR, I thought it was Gap like the company. SPR Spirit Aerosmith System. So this is not Spirit Airlines. Again, just a straight down shot here. Looks like you're going to retest 100. I don't know what you're trying to do here. So if you're going to ask me if you want to invest in it, then I can give you some information, but I have to look it up. I have no idea on these companies. Vipul asked, do you personally change your shopping list or is it fixed depending on market price? How do you deal with missing out on stocks at level you see? I don't feel like I'm missing out because these names I already own it. So if it goes up, my value goes up. Again, my shopping list is based on the stocks that I already own. So again, even if they go up, I'm not really hurting. And of course, you can adjust it as you go. Any thoughts on BABA calls? Let's see, BABA calls. Well, honestly, I don't see myself getting into anything today. BABA just broke the 200-day. Nice gap up today. So again, above the 200 is very nice. So let's see if we can get that continuation. I'm going to put an alert at 222.41. It is bullish here. I am a shareholder of it. If it gets to 224.41, I will play the 225 calls. Thoughts on WKHS? I don't know what that is. A lot of these names I don't know. Workhorse Group. Looking at it, looks pretty parabolic here. I don't know much about them, but looking at it again, I don't think they would retest the 50-day moving average, but I think we could fall a little bit, maybe back down to 18, maybe 19. If maybe I'll give you a chance to buy in. Levels to break for BA. We talked about it already, but I'll go over it again. I have the alert set up. BA, the next alert I have is 194.54 to the upside, and the downside to buy is 160.27. Your 100-day moving average is 179.46 on the hourly. Thank you. Any good entry point for Square? They've been rallying. Yeah, I know. Totally missed that rally. Square has been a heartbreaker for me. It's always kind of messed with me, but yesterday was up 10%. I had my focus on really on Amazon for the most part, and Tesla. That was on on my screen for the most part with the team. But Square definitely soared. If you want to get in, you can see this gap. We should be able to fill this gap here around 116. I would wait for that gap to fill. Looks like this candle already did pre-market. So 116 could retake. I would probably pull the trigger there. I don't own it and I haven't bought it yet. All right, guys, we'll leave it there. I got to get back with the team. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Thursday. Tomorrow, no morning note, no market. Happy 4th of July to everybody. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe. And we'll catch you guys on Monday for the morning note. We want to do a podcast as well. I know a lot of people have asked about it. We're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and Anchor app. I just need an actual subject. So if you have a subject you want to talk about in regarding the podcast, go ahead and type it under the comments below here on YouTube. And we really do appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe. All videos, turn on notifications. And we want to get to 4,000. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks again for joining me. I'm Carlos, CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a great rest of your day and happy trading, guys.